Hey, it's Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com. How are you today? Good to see you. I hope you're here with me live. If you are, say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay, just let me know you're watching the replay and tell me where you're coming in from. Today, I want to share something with you that I learnt over the weekend. Just to explain, well, you probably would have looked at the heading. Most people are addicted to this particular thing and you need to get rid of it. So I just want to explain that to you. But I was at a course on the weekend where I learnt this, and so I just want to share this with you and give you a bit of insight because it's something everybody should really realize and have a great level of awareness if you can. Before I get into that, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Helen from HelenMartinOnline.com, and predominantly what I do is help home-based business owners bring their business online and teach you the appropriate skills to be able to do that. But a big part of success in business, in life, relationships, money, all the rest of it is, mindset, personal development. I have learned over and over and over again, and, the people that I coach and mentor, all the blocks come from mindset. When people are too worried about what other people think, or they just don't have any self-belief that they can do certain things, that's where everything stops. It's not learning the skills. Skills are just skills. You go to school and learn things. You go to uni and learn things. You do a course and learn things. So building a business online is you just learn sort of some skills and repeat them. And, once you master those skills, you can really build a great business online. But the mental blocks that people have stop everyone in their tracks. It's what stops you getting the money that you want. It's what stops you having awesome relationships. It's what stops you being really, really happy and leading a wonderful life. And any of you that have followed me before or watched any of my Facebook Lives, you'll know that I'm huge on this because it just keeps surfacing over and over and over again. People hide behind this stuff. People never really have the life that they want because they hide by this stuff, and this was never more prevalent than on the weekend. So I just like to share with people, bring your awareness to these kind of things because it's us that stops us achieving what we want to achieve. And if you can break through some of those stuff, if you can have a greater level of awareness of some of that stuff, you can actually lead a greater life. And I do a lot of personal development, a lot of personal growth, and I like teaching that to other people. I don't believe in just doing course after course and reading book after book and having knowledge about it. You've actually got to implement what you learn to make true changes in your life. So I go and do things that expand my level of awareness, and then I really take those things on board and implement that, and that's when I see changes in my life. So what I did on the weekend, so it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending where you are in the world, it's actually Tuesday morning here in Australia. It could be Monday night, Monday afternoon in other parts of the world. And this course that I did was 8:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night, last Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And it's completely different to anything I've ever done before, completely different way of thinking, completely different way of looking at the future and the possibilities of the future, and it's just sort of blown my mind. I will admit, the Friday and the Saturday and even the Sunday morning, I went into Sunday morning extremely frustrated because I wasn't really getting some of it, and I wasn't getting the answers that I was, sort of looking for, but it all fell into place Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. And, it's really quite exciting when you have sort of these kind of breakthroughs. And I've actually got to go back tonight for the last few hours of the course to finish it off. And what it was, if you want to look it up, reason why I did it is because one of my mentors from America actually suggested that I do it for various reasons. And a lot of people that are in the coaching world, the mentorship world, that guide other people, lead other people, and even for their own personal development, do this particular course. So it's all around the world, and it's called the Landmark Forum. Look it up. if you've not heard about it before, it only comes to my particular city twice a year. So it just so happened that my mentor said to me about a month ago, you know, have you ever heard of it? And I said, I think I've heard of it, but I'm not quite sure, and explained a bit about it and said, you know, obviously looked at the schedule as to what city I'm in, and it's actually, wow, it's here in my city in 2 weeks' time. So I booked in and I've just done that. So it wasn't something that was planned for me. It's just something that I thought was really good, and I did it, and I'm so glad I did. And there was so much that we went through that I wouldn't even try to explain to you, because one, you're not going to get it, because you have to go through a process of really sort of analysing various things to get to the point that we got to on Sunday night. But there was one thing I do want to share with you, and I think this is really important, and hence the heading. You know, everybody is addicted to this particular thing, and you need to get rid of it. We don't even realise that we do it, but if you really have a good look at your life, you'll realise that you do. And that is that we are all addicted to certainty. Whether you realise it or not, we are all looking for certainty. So you want to know what you're doing next week. You want to know what you're doing the weekend after. You want to know what income you're earning next week and the month after. We're all looking for certainty in our life. But the reality is that certainty will only lead you to a predictable life. It's those that take risks, that do things that you know you're going to be uncomfortable doing, that you don't know what the outcome is, that leads to new opportunities, new openings, new possibilities for you. It's like quitting your job and starting a new one. It scares the bejesus out of you to leave the security of your current job. But, you know, some people get the guts to leave their current job and go to another job. Some people get into a home-based business and they have no idea what they're doing. They don't know whether it's going to work. And a lot of people won't go into it because the unpredictability of it and the uncertainty of it. So people just won't go there. Or, you know, the uncertainty of, are people going to buy my stuff? Are people going to join my business? Like, people don't like that uncertainty. The problem with it, though, it only holds you back. So if you can have a bit of guts to walk into the space of uncertainty, this is where you're going to have real good growth, and this is where you're going to find opportunity, and opportunities will come at you that you've actually, you know, never thought possible. So what we need to learn to do is stop saying someday. Someday I'll get fit. Someday I'll start eating healthy. Someday I'll get the job that I want. Someday I'll go on that holiday. Someday I'll buy that beach house. Someday I'll get that 2-story house with 5 bedrooms and, you know, 3 bathrooms and whatever. We live in a world of certainty and someday. When you live in a world of certainty and someday, you'll rarely get there. It's when you can let go of the someday. It's when you can let go of needing to know everything that's going to come in the future and just let be what will be, the opportunities will open up for you that you've never thought possible, and you can earn more money, or opportunities come at you that create more money. You know, there's so many people that can't afford this course. It's not the cheapest course, I'll admit that, the Landmark Forum. But there's people that, you know, you stake your claim. Or even with a home-based business, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to go for it. So you sort of stake your claim and you don't know what's going to happen. It's like, actually, I'll give you an example. It's like when I've been overseas. Like, I got back from Las Vegas in June, and then my mentor suggested that I get back to LA in August. And it's like, oh, another trip so soon. It's mainly the travel that gets me. It's a long way away to America from Australia. But, you know, it's like, oh, it's another trip, it's more flights, it's more accommodation, all the rest of it. But when I booked my flights to go to LA, the day after I earned, building a business online and, you know, everything's on automation, etc., I earned enough money that the following day through automation that paid for my flight that I'd booked the night before. So it seems to be when you claim your stake in something, you sort of just go for it, things will open up and things will happen to make things, you know, sort of possible. And I want you to look at this, or suggest that you look at this like a kid. Kids don't live for certainty. Kids live for now. So if we can learn so much from children. Like, we were children once, but what got in the way? Everybody's saying, no, don't do that. No, that's risky. Or you shouldn't do that. You go to climb a tree and your parents say, no, don't do that because, it's too risky. Well, here's an example for you. Did you climb a tree when you were a kid? Did you? Send me some likes, send me some love. Have any of you climbed a tree in your life and loved it when you were younger? You climb the tree. So maybe it's a fruit tree and there's some fruit, up the top. So you go up and you're hugging the trunk of the tree. But where's the fruit that you want? It's not the ones that are low hanging that you can pick off of the ground. They're up the top and they're on the branch way over the side. But you're determined to get that fruit. So up the trunk that you go and you climb up the tree and then you want to get to that fruit, the fruit on the edge. And you know it's risky. You know that when you step out on that branch that it's going to, lean down and you're at risk of falling out. And there's, risks there that you don't know. But as a kid, you really don't care. You just do it and you just go for it. When we go through life and we get told, no, don't do that, it's risky, it's uncertain, we get it ingrained to us not to do those things. So now we're suddenly the parent on the ground looking up at the fruit. We're not even in the tree. We're not even, oh no, I might hurt myself or I'm not flexible enough or whatever. We don't even go up trees anymore. So we're down on the ground looking up at the tree, at the kids in the tree. We're either just picking that low-hanging fruit because, it's safe, and we're telling the kids to get down because it's not safe. This is what life does to us. We're so conditioned to, hey Courtney, nice to see you here. We're so conditioned to play life safe. We're addicted to certainty. We want to know what income we're bringing in when. We want to know when we're going to, have annual leave. Like you actually have to go to a job and then plan when you're going to take time off. Like we don't move into that world of, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do it anyway. I do that all the time now. Does it scare me? Yeah. Do I get worried sometimes? Of course. Do I not know what my future really looks like? Not really. Was that me in the past? Not at all. When I was in the corporate world and, being the general manager and my last job for 16 years, I was everything but what I'm doing now. Everything but. I wouldn't leave my job because I was too scared to lose the security. I was too scared to lose the stable income. Yet I was stressed, tired. Our kids were in vacation care and after school care and before school care all the time. And, we weren't really living. So how are you living? Are you living in a world of certainty? If you are, I'm not saying go out and take major risks and, have a major impact in your life. I'm just saying have a level of awareness of how addicted you are to uncertainty because new possibilities, new ways of earning income, brand new relationships, things like that will not become available to you unless you move in the world of uncertainty. Just let down the walls a little bit. Let down that walls and let be what will be. Your past is in the past. Don't let your past dictate what you think your future should look at. The amount of people that were in their course, this course that I've just been on the weekend, it's just incredible how much we let our past dictate who we are. And the reality is your past is your past. The only reason why you let it affect you is because you let it affect you. Like we should be able to just go, you know what? That is in the past. I don't let that have to define me now. Yes, that was my experience, like my mum, okay? I lost my mum when I was 14 and it's very much made up the person who I am now. My dad was a real estate agent at the time and working 7 days a week. So my sister and I had to grow up cooking, washing, cleaning, getting ourselves to school, getting ourselves wherever we needed to go on the weekend, doing whatever we needed to do to grow up. And I think a large part of my independence is that as a very young age, I just had to get up and get on with it. So a very large part of who I am is I get up and I get on with it. And there's issues I've had with relationships and losing people and scared to lose people that I love because I've had so many people that, have passed away around me. But at the end of the day, that's just the story that I make up. Is everybody around me going to die? Well, eventually. But you know what I mean. It's just the story that we attach to our past. Let go. Your past doesn't have to define who you are, what you do, and what your possibilities are in the future. And just have a little bit of courage to move into uncertainty. It's okay to not know exactly how things are going to happen in the future. It's okay to not have your house perfect. It's okay to not necessarily know exactly what's going to happen in your future. The only way you can create new possibilities in your life, earn more money, have better relationships, have better friendships, have better, everything. The only way you can create new possibilities in your life is to have a blank canvas. The only way you can have a blank canvas is to start letting go of the stuff in the past that you think owns you or is so buried in your subconscious that it rules you. If that's the way you live, you are going to stay stuck. You're always going to be looking for certainty. You're always going to want that security of the 9 to 5 and the income that comes with it. You're going to miss possibilities that come your way because your canvas is not clear and those opportunities won't come out to you. So it's being a little bit courageous, it's being a little bit brave, but if you really want to go, if you're in your life now and you're not where you want to be, you haven't got exactly the money you want, you haven't got the relationships that you want, or you've got problems within your relationships, or you're not in the job that you want. This is general. I'm just not talking about home-based business owners. I mean, you guys that follow my Facebook Lives, once a week I jump on and I talk about mindset. So this is it, and this is really powerful, and this is what I got out of the weekend that I went to. I got so much stuff out of the weekend, but this is really important. Let go of having to know what your future looks like. Live in the now. You don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. So how do you want to get to the age of, 60, 80, whatever, and go, I just wish I did? Go and talk to an old person about how they've lived their life and see what they say. Majority of them say, I wish I went on that holiday. I wish I just, I never went on the holidays that I wanted to because I was afraid of spending the money. I never left my job and went to another job because I was afraid of losing security. I never, followed that because I just didn't know how it was going to pan out. Let it go. Just, this is not something you're going to change overnight and go, I'm no longer addicted to certainty and I'm going to walk into the world of the unknown. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to share what I learned on the weekend of building your level of awareness of how addicted to you to certainty are you. Did that make sense? Hopefully you got what I meant. So majority of people are addicted to certainty. So when you can let go of really needing to know what's going to happen tomorrow, the next week, the next year, the next 10 years, you will open up possibilities and opportunities to yourself that you will never ever see when you live in a world of certainty. So think of that tree example. When we're adults, we're no longer climbing that tree. We're standing on the ground, picking the low-hanging fruit because it's safe. We're not going to break a bone. It's safe and predictable. Living in a world of certainty is going to have you live in a world of being predictable. Okay? So I hope you understand where I'm coming from and why I share this stuff with you and why I jump on here once a week to talk about this stuff, because we are the only people that hold ourselves back. We are the only people that can change our lives. So if you want change in your life, you have to look at this stuff. You have to be aware of this stuff, because this is the stuff that holds us back from truly living the life that we want. It's so, so, so important. So I hope you got some value from that. If you know somebody that needs to hear that message, tag them, share it. It's really important that people understand the power of your mind and what goes on between those two little ears here. So I hope that you got some kind of message out of that by me sharing that with you, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of the day. I'll be back in a couple of weeks' time to talk to you beautiful home-based business owners on some more business tips on how to build your business online. So I'll see you then. Bye.